So, another job site today. This is the foundation for our house to live in. We poured it like more than a year ago. I think it was a year ago in November. And lumber was too high. And I'm not paying like 60 grand or some crazy price for a framing package. I knew it would come down because I couldn't stay at those levels. So I'm like, hey, we're living in another place that we paid cash for, so we don't have any payments on it. Let's just keep living there in the same subdivision. And then, you know, when lumber comes down to reality, we'll start framing it. So it's down to reality now. It's not as cheap as it was before COVID, but you know, it's pretty close. I mean, we have 10-foot ceilings. 10-foot 2x4s were like, what were they, like 12 bucks or some crazy price. I mean, they used to be around 3 bucks on a framing package price, not at the big box stores, which are always more expensive. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, now they're down to maybe, I don't know, 4 something. So anyway, that's just a well, OSB was up to what, $50 a sheet, and now it's like 12 or 11 on a framing package price. So anyway, so the point is we left it sit. I mean, it's a post-tension foundation, so it's not going anywhere. It's just been sitting here. This is our lot. We bought like 3 lots together, so we got like a half acre. And we have our own entire street. There's nobody on the street. We didn't even bring power lines down the street because power was never brought down here. And this is an old subdivision. Anyway, yeah, so now I'm gonna start grading because I want to get the driveway in. We need to regrade. I mean, this is just the rough grade. This isn't finished grade that we're doing today, but I need to get ready for the driveway because I want to put the driveway in. So there's a place for guys to park, to put lumber, you know, that sort of thing. So I've got a guy here today. He's gonna grade out for the driveway. This is our garage. It's a 3-car garage because I got a lot of tools and a big F-250, so over there. So anyway, yeah, so he's gonna grade this out, get ready for the driveway, and then because you know we had some erosion, and plus it's just the way the concrete guys left it. So and then back here we're gonna grade this better back here because, like I said, I just had it graded by the guy that cleared the lot and all that, so it's what you call rough grade. It's still going to be rough grade, but it's going to be, I want to put a little retaining wall here. Our property line is here. So instead of having such a slope, and there's nobody behind, there's another street here, but there's nobody on that entire street is vacant. Just nobody's living on it. It's a lot of lots. Anyway, yeah, so that I'm going to have them cut down at the property line. So I'll have maybe like a 2-foot retaining wall, just so I have less slope in what's my part of the yard. So I'll just pick up a little more flat yard, so to speak. So instead of having, what is it, the property line is here, right? So instead of having this slope, they'll be able to cut down a couple feet, and then this part will all be level. So I pick up another maybe 15 feet a yard or whatever, a flat yard. You know. This will all be grass back here, then this I'll just leave natural. I did grade across the property line because nobody owns these lots. I mean, they're owned by the county because people didn't pay their property tax. It's kind of a partially abandoned subdivision, which I like because it's like being on acreage without having the hassle of owning acreage. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, yeah, so that's going to be some of today's too. And then it's a little bit low here. Water likes to puddle here. So he'll take that soil and put it here just to get the grade better, closer to, you know, to final grade, basically. So that's today's project. Like I say, he'll cut along here, and then I own this lot here, and then this one that the house is on, and then this one here. So, and these lots are, I don't know, 70 by 115 or whatever, just a regular, you know, residential sized lot. This is a subdivision. It's got a golf course, and yeah, it's got amenities and stuff. Just parts of it are nobody really ever built in, for whatever reason, which is good. Mostly the forested areas. So anyway, so that's the project for today. And then maybe I think at the end of the day when it's all done, or that's not gonna be the end of the day, but when this is all, and then I'll probably go over everything. So we got these lots really cheap. You know, you have to be careful when you buy lots. And I have ways of getting stuff done cheaper than the average homeowner. I mean, they had to cut this down about 6 feet. Okay, from this back corner to the road, it drops about 10 feet. Now, it doesn't look like it. You can see it's sloped, but if you were to walk on the slide, oh, it's not that bad, you know. But me, I'm used to buying lots, and so people think some lots are flat and they slope a couple of feet, and they don't realize that it's going to cost money to get it level, for example. But I got these lots really cheap, I mean, almost giveaways, so I didn't mind the extra cost of having to, well, I had to take a lot of trees out, but the extra cost of grading, and then having to lower the garage, because I had to lower the garage. Okay, I didn't have to. I don't want a steep driveway, so I dropped the garage. You know, I drew the house plans, drew the foundation plan. So I dropped the garage. It's about 14 inches here, because here you'll come out through a door into the garage, and then I made 2 steps down, this is like a parking curb. So I was able to drop it down 14, but then it slopes more. So by the time you get to the lip of the garage, it's probably dropped 18 inches from the house slab. But I did that to make the driveway a little better. So, so it's a decent driveway. It's not too steep, and it's wide. It's the 3-car garage, so the driveway's like 30 feet wide. So anyway, so that's kind of the slope of the driveway. So it's not so bad. Anyway, yeah. So it cost a little more because I had this concrete work done. I didn't do it myself. Obviously, I paid my concrete guy to do it, and they charge more when you have to drop all this, so you have to figure all that into the cost when you buy a lot. So, but I knew that, you know, because I have a laser level. I come into the lot before I even bought it. I lasered it to see how much of a drop there was, how I could get a house in here, have a yard, you know, all that stuff, so everything would come out right. So anyway, it's important to kind of know ahead of time, instead of buying something and then your builder, if you don't build it yourself or whatever, comes in, well, you need 30 loads of dirt in here, or you need to do this, or you know, I mean, it drives the cost up. You might not have as nice of a yard as you liked because of this or that. So stuff to think about. But I'll do a video on that at some point about buying lots, where they're buying for, like, if I was gonna put this house for sale, if this was a spec house, I wouldn't buy a lot like this. There's plenty of flat lots in the subdivision. Lots that have, even lots that have no trees, lots on the golf course, you know, that they don't cost hardly anything to get ready to build on. So why buy these? Which is why a lot of these are still here, because that's how people look at it, you know, so whether they're building for themselves or whatever. So anyway, okay, so that's kind of that. Back to work.